welcome back to a new video. Today I just kind of felt like filming a little bit of a makeup video, and as you guys know, I love the cream products. I love the really lightweight bases, and I picked a couple of products up from Milk Makeup in Hawaii that I wanted to show you guys, just in case you're going to the States for a holiday sometime this year and you might want to pick them up, because I think all three of these products that I have are absolutely amazing and I just really want to share them with you guys. Or obviously if you live in the States and you've got easy access to Milk Makeup at Sephora, then you're very lucky. Yeah, basically I just want to share kind of just the makeup I've been using every day. It's still really hot in New Zealand, so I can never really be bothered putting on a full foundation during the daytime, and my skin has been really good, apart from a few lip breakouts recently, which are really annoying me. But it's nothing a little bit of concealer cannot fix. So yeah, it's kind of my everyday makeup. Lightweight, also quite heat proof makeup. This is the perfect base to kind of use if it's hot, or if you're going to like a day drinks or some sort of daytime event in the heat. This is basically the exact routine I was wearing in Hawaii. So yeah, it's definitely pretty heat proof. This routine doesn't cover your face up, it just enhances your true beauty, and that is the kind of makeup that I like. So the first thing I'm going to do is sort of prep my lips, because they've been kind of dry recently because I've been sick for the last like 9 days, and I had one of those annoying lingering coughs, and I've just, oh, now when I start talking about cough, I'm like, I'm gonna cough. Just managed to get rid of it, but yeah, dry lips. This is the best stuff to use during the day. This is the Lanolips 101 ointment. I have the coconut one, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what flavor you have. It's just a really good thick lip balm, and you just need like the tiniest little amount. It's so good, and it just really absorbs. It doesn't sit on top of your lips and then just kind of like wash away if you lick or eat. It actually absorbs into your lip skin. I don't know what to call it. It's a really good lip balm. I've also tried the Glossier, what's it called, balm.com. This is basically everything I wanted that to be. So I bought that when I was in LA and I never used it. I used it once and I was like, it kind of reminded me of Pawpaw ointment, which I'm also not a fan of. Just sits on the lips and kind of just comes off. This is a lot thicker, so yeah, suits me better. In my personal opinion, this is much better than the Glossier balm.com. And it's an Australia brand, you can get it from Mecca, so it's a win-win. We can actually get it in New Zealand. Okay, something we can't get in New Zealand. I should check. I might put in the description below whether or not it's possible for you to YouShop these Milk Makeup products. Otherwise, this is more just kind of showing you like a mini haul. There's only 3 products, but things that are definitely worth picking up from Sephora when you're in the States. So the first thing is the Milk Makeup, what is this actually called? The Sunshine Skin Tint, and it is the weirdest packaging. It's SPF 30, and it's so strange. So it's like a plastic kind of, I don't know what to call it. It's got a rollerball applicator. So you roll that onto your face, or if you want to be more hygienic, you can just roll it onto your the back of your hand or your brush, but I just put it straight onto my face. You pump the product out by this little thing at the back, like little button thing, and I'm in the shade Sand. And the thing I love about this is it's like somewhere in between a tinted moisturizer and a lightweight foundation, so it's not quite either of those things. So I'm just gonna roll it on. It's quite fun, I will admit. Okay, see, that's already run out, so I need to do another one. Oh, don't get your hair stuck in it. So as I blend this in, you'll really start to see it just kind of melts into the skin. And it's kind of similar, in my last makeup video I was talking about the Clinique Even Better Glow foundation, which I also absolutely love. But that's kind of more something I would use if I want to wear an actual foundation. Whereas this is truly a skin tint. It's not a tinted moisturizer, because it's not a moisturizer. But I don't know how to explain it. It's like an extra lightweight, I guess tint is the perfect way to describe it. But yeah, it's like the Clinique Even Better Glow, except it's even more light coverage. And I'm really into that look where you just kind of use cream products. I'm going to show you what I mean, but you just sort of use cream products and enhance your features rather than using a base like a foundation and then covering everything up and then trying to sculpt in with bronzer and stuff. So it's more just like bringing out my natural features and not completely covering up my skin, because I still want my skin to look like my skin. I never like covering it up. I always like a tiny bit of redness showing. I don't mind if my scars show a little bit. Okay, I think I've got this completely blended in now. So you can see like the texture of my skin. Given me a really nice glow, but it hasn't. See, I would probably conceal around here. Still a little bit of redness. You can see my dark circles still, but it's just evened everything out and given me a glow. Like, I feel like already looking in the viewfinder, my eyes look a little bit more twinkly, which is why I love glowy skin, because I just find it makes you look so much more awake and twinkly and, I don't know, radiant and happy, I guess. I am still going to go in with a little bit of concealer, just around here, around here, and a little bit underneath my eyes. But I'm not going to bother concealing like every single little spot. I totally don't mind if a couple of imperfections still shine through. I also have a really faint broken blood vessel underneath my nose that I always like to conceal. And I got that when I was born, because I was caught on my mother's coccyx bone. It's a fun fact about me. I'm going to cover just a teeny bit, like I'm not even using that much concealer, just around here where I've got a little bit of redness, and then sometimes I'll go back in with my foundation brush just to really make sure the concealer blends in with the skin tint. I'm gonna pop a little bit just under here because I do have a little bit of darkness, because honestly the last week when I've been sick, I just have not been sleeping well. I had that horrible cough that you kind of have to sleep elevated so that you're not like coughing your lungs out while you're trying to lie down. My cough was also just completely waking me up in the middle of the night. So I'd finally get to sleep and then I would cough and wake up and then continue coughing and then not be able to get to sleep for so long. So I just had these bags underneath my eyes for a good week, and now poor Liam has the same thing, but that was just probably going to end up happening because whatever I had was nasty. When you're sleeping in the same bed as someone who's sick, it's kind of unavoidable. And then I'm just going to put like the teeniest, tiniest amount of translucent powder just where I popped that concealer down. Otherwise, with my skin type, it will crease. So this is just an old Victoria Beckham Estee Lauder like translucent powder. I don't even think you can buy this anymore. I think it was limited edition at the time, but you can use any old translucent powder. Just use the tiniest little bit just to set it down so it doesn't go anywhere, but not enough so that it ruins your glow. Okay, my next product is also a Milk Makeup product. This is the matte bronzer stick in the shade Baked. Honestly, it's not really matte. It annoys me when things say they're matte. It's like this, the Nars Medium 1 Custard Soft Matte Complete Concealer. This is not matte. It's like a skin finish. It's so weird, and I actually find, especially if you've got a glowy base underneath, this actually ends up looking really radiant, like a really nice glowy bronzer on the skin. Anyway, don't freak out because it says matte if you don't like matte things. Like, I don't really like matte things, but it's really nice. Anyway, I'm just gonna use an angled brush and sort of like dab it on the bronzer like this. In the evening, I will just go straight in and go and then blend it in. But it's quite a full coverage cream bronzer. Does that make any sense? I don't know. It's almost like, whoa, kind of like bronzy contour when you do that. So I like to just sort of diffuse the product onto my cheek by doing this. And then I will just sort of dab it on like so. The thing that I really like about this product is that it doesn't move anything underneath. I've experienced a lot of cream products that will, when you apply it, I mean, I am sort of dabbing it on so it won't do that, but I find that it completely just takes off anything you had put on underneath. So any concealer or foundation, it comes off. And then if you've got any pimples or scars along where you apply your bronzer, you can kind of see them. So it's like this bronzer with this like reddy, blemishy or like scarred skin underneath. But this one actually layers really nicely. And it's like my other favorite, my Soleil Tan de Chanel cream bronzer, which is probably a lighter coverage, a little bit more sheeny style of bronzer. That also applies really beautifully. But I wouldn't use that one on its own for the evening, but this one you can. So if you like a more bold bronze look, this is really, really good. And I love using it in the evening. It's a really, really pretty shade. And if you have a deeper skin tone, they do one that's deeper than this, and that also looks really beautiful on deeper skin tones. I also always put a little bit on my nose. Just makes you look a little bit more naturally tanned. So the thing that I really like about Milk Makeup in America is that they do all these big sizes, and pretty much all of their products are in stick form, but they also do minis of each product, which I thought was so good just in case you don't want to completely invest in the big size. Like for example, I wasn't sure if this shade of blush was going to suit me. This is their cream, it's like a cream cheek and lip color in the shade Werk. It's a really pretty dusty rose pinky shade. I don't know how else to describe it. It actually matches my nails. This is also very full coverage, so like you could dot it on like when I'm when I'm going out at night time and I kind of want my makeup to look a little bit more intense, I will dab it onto my cheek and then blend it out. But when I just want it to look a little bit more just diffused and really natural looking, I will do the same thing and I will just dab it onto my blush brush. Such a pretty shade. It just gives you a really nice glow, but it's kind of not too obvious. It blends in with the shade of the bronzer really, really nicely. And of course, because they're cream products, they just blend like a dream, and they look so much more natural on the skin. So that just gives me a really nice pop of color. And I don't know who I learned this from, but I saw this on someone's YouTube video, but they put a little bit of their cream bronzer also on their nose. And I don't really know if it does anything, but it just gives you really pretty, I don't know, I just feel like I look more glowy and awake, and I don't know, I like having color on my face. I'm a big blush fan. I don't try and be too particular with my blending. I'm just like, yep, if that looks good, that looks good to me. Skin is looking very glowy and pretty. Next up is highlighter. Now, I wish I picked up one of the Milk highlighters, but I don't know, I wasn't really sold on any of the shades, but this is my go-to cream one. This is the Tom Ford shade in Illuminate, palette in Intensity 1. I know it looks a little bit rank because you go from like the bronzer and it gets a little bit in the highlighter, but it's the most beautiful, glossy, natural highlighter, so that's just what I'm going to use today. It's what I've been using every day in the summertime. I hate using normal powder highlight in the day. It just looks just way too much and so unnatural on the skin. I love using something like this. So I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it on camera. It just gives an extra bit of glow to the high points of the face. It's very, very, very pretty. This gives you that glossy highlighter look without you actually looking like you're wearing highlighter, which is my favorite thing. I love makeup that doesn't look like you're wearing makeup. I know that doesn't really make sense, but I'm a big fan of that look. Can you see? It's just a really nice glow at the top of the cheekbone and so easy to blend. The reason why cream products are so fantastic to use in the heat, I mean, they're great to use in winter, especially if your skin's super dry, but the reason why they're so great in the heat is because if you sweat and you're wearing powder product on your face and like your face drips, you're gonna get like a line. Whereas with cream products, they kind of just, I don't know, if that happens, you can just sort of like dab it in and push it in and it looks absolutely fine, like you didn't even sweat. I have actually been swimming with this face of makeup on before, and my skin looked the exact same when I got out because it's cream. It just kind of melts into the skin better, and powder truly just kind of sits on top. I'm truly just so obsessed with cream. So I'm just putting a little bit on my nosy. Cupid's bow. Okay, for eyes, eyeshadow, I just can't be bothered during the day. Truly can't be bothered. I also like my makeup to look really cohesive. So I'm actually gonna go in with these two again on my eyes. So just take a little crease blending brush, just pop it on the product like this. And then I'm just gonna pop it all over the lid and in the crease. So it just gives a really nice natural shadow, but it doesn't really look like an eyeshadow look. So it's very subtle, but it just gives a little something something. Just a little bit of definition. Ah, I've got cramp. Oh my god, this happens every time I film a video on the floor. Okay, and then I'm also just going to put a little bit of the blush on my finger and just pop it on the lid, just give it a little bit of colour and just kind of, I don't know, I also think it brings out how pretty the colour is on your cheeks. It's also just super pretty on the lid. It just gives the lid a little bit of colour. I'll do the same with the other lid. See, it's really subtle, but you can kind of see the pink tint on my lids. And then I'm also just going to put a little bit of that Tom Ford highlighter in my inner corners. Just gives it, just kind of brightens everything up a little bit. And then I skip on mascara because I have LVL Lash Lift and Tint. So as you can see, they're pretty, like, my lashes are, they're hair. They are hair and they are saying hello, and it's great because I don't need to bloody bother with mascara, and that is my least favorite makeup item. I hate applying it, I hate taking it off. I think it's probably because I have really long abnormal giraffe lashes. And yeah, if you're in Auckland, I go to Index Studio. Em is amazing. She is so honestly amazing, and it lasts for 8 weeks. It's very good. And then on my brows, just using what I always use, the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper. I've gone through about 100 million of these. I talked about this in my 2018 beauty favorites. It's truly just the best brow mascara on earth, in my wee opinion. Tubes last forever. I never ever ever pencil in my brows during the day unless I have like a really important thing happening where I might be like photographed or something. But even then I pretty much just like keep this natural brow look going on. That looks pretty good. You can see the difference here and here. I really love a brow mascara. Do you guys have any favorite brow mascaras? Because I mean, I do love this L'Oreal one, but it's been the same one that I've used for the last probably 5 years. I've tried the Benefit one. It's alright for me personally. The wand, like the little, this bit is too small on the Benefit one. I don't really like it that much. I like the size of this one. Yeah, let me know if you've got any faves. I've heard that the Hourglass one from Mecca is really good. So on my lips, I'm gonna go in with the Bobbi Brown Extra Lip Tint. Again, we've got a tint. It's literally one of those things, it's like, you look like you're wearing a lipstick, but it ain't lipstick. It's just like a really thin, moisturizing veil of color over your lips, but it really just kind of adds actually quite a lot of pigmentation. You'll see when I apply this. I just kind of like to dab it on, By the way, you can really see that my pimples, like my scars from my 2 lip pimples, haven't really been covered. But I'm just rolling with it. That's what my face looks like at the moment. I'm probably the only one that notices it anyway. This is such a pretty color. So if you like having a little bit of color on your lips, but you just can't stand lipstick and you find lipstick really annoying, you'll really like these. There are heaps of new shades as well. But yeah, this is the, what is it called? Yeah, Extra Lip Tint by Bobbi Brown in the shade Bare Raspberry at number 4. And it's so hydrating, like, Cool, and here we are. I don't know about you guys, but I find that this makeup look is pretty natural, but it's not too much. If you're one of those girls that hates wearing makeup, I really think you should switch to cream products. My skin looks like my skin. I love it so much. All of these products together are beautiful. So yeah, if you find yourself in Hawaii or if you find yourself in the States, I definitely recommend, probably especially this. This is going to be amazing for when I go to Europe. I definitely need to pick another one up when we are in the States on our way to Europe later on this year, because I worry it's going to run out. But yeah, I love it. I like the packaging because it's really good for travel. It's not going to break. It's literally just like plastic, but I'm a really big fan. Yeah. This is the look. Let me know if anything tickles your fancy, or if you have normally gone for like powder products, or you might have a habit of just going hard with the foundation and you've sort of realized actually you don't need to, like letting imperfections shine through and having your foundation or your base look a little bit more like your skin. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. I would absolutely love that. It's been really cool seeing my little subscriber number go up, and I'm like, oh, there's so many new friends. So hello if you're new. Thanks for being here, and I promise there will be lots of new videos soon. There's just been a lot going on recently. Thanks for watching the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.